Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Salutations to the elect, double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule and teach well in the Holy Scriptures. And I found another article for you brothers through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And the name of this article is called "In Chattanooga's Wake, DHS Wants to Revive Terrorism Alert System." Now, the reason why I'm bringing out this article is because we know that there is going to be either a series of major events or so-called terror attacks, which is going to be done by the American government, or there's going to be a major terror attack done by the American government, in which they're going to try to put the blame on a particular group of people. Okay, first they're going to blame ISIS, then they're going to try to tie other people to ISIS. But once again, the American government is pushing that vibration out there that if you see something, if you hear something, then say something. You know, they're putting that terrorist vibration out there that anything could happen at any moment. But ultimately, we understand that when the American government does do another terror attack upon its own soils, we hereby understand that 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, will come to pass, where it says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these peons out here walking up and down the street in La La Land. You're going to get caught off guard by America's terror attack. Just like how 9/11 was an inside job, a terror attack by the American government, where there's going to be either a series of terror attacks by the American government, or there's just going to be one major one. Okay? Now, the reason why I say that there could be a series of terror attacks is because they got the viruses. Okay, they can put a couple of states on lockdown just by pushing that vibration out there that Ebola is spreading. So that could be several states quarantined, and then in some other states you might have race riots going on. Okay, and in some other states you might have civil unrest, civil wars going on. Okay, but all these have one thing in common. It gives the elites the green light to implement martial law. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down, and I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but just particular things that I found interesting in this article. President Barack Obama's top Homeland Security official has ordered a review of the nation's terrorism alert system to reflect what he called the growing threat of attacks originating within the United States. It says, the U.S. has never used the National Terrorism Alert System, NTAS, a new level system that replaced the oft-derided color-coded terrorism alerts installed after 9/11. So basically, color-coded terrorism alerts were installed after 9/11, something like what you see up here. See severe risk of terror attacks. High risk of terror attacks, elevated, significant risk of terror attacks, guarded, general risk of terrorist attacks, low risk of terror attacks. So basically, which we know that this is how we're also able to identify America as Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon, because basically a virgin is a woman that hasn't been touched. Okay, when I say touch, I mean popped. And basically, no country has ever attacked America or the land of America. And America is pretty much the only country that hasn't been attacked. Okay, that's how we know that America is Babylon. And that also proves that these so-called terror attacks here in America is an inside job by the American government. Because right now, ain't no country about to come over here and attack America. I mean, don't get me wrong. Eventually, America will be invaded by Russia. Okay, and we are living in that time. But if something does happen in America and the blame is put on ISIS, then we know that America is responsible for it and for that attack. I've asked her, oh, okay. Okay, that was pretty much it. But let's come over here. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of the devices of the so-called white man. Okay? When I say the so-called white man, I'm talking about these people who work for the American government and the Senate and the Congress, okay, and the elites, okay. We're not ignorant of their devices, which when you look up this word devices, it goes back to the Greek word naima, which means the evil purpose. Okay, these so-called terror attacks being done by the American government is no more than an evil purpose for the elites to move forward with their new world order. So with that, Lord willing, I'll continue to bring more news like this to you brothers through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Until then, peace, mercies, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.